Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing 4 Valentine cone trees. I'm excited to share them with you, so let's get started. Our first cone tree is a Shabby Chic cone tree, and here are the supplies. Most of these came from the Dollar Tree. I'm using the party hat, some ribbon, some white Waverly chalk paint, and some of the pearls that came from the Dollar Tree. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the party hat and I'm going to take off the chin strap, and then I'm going to paint it with white Waverly chalk paint. And I'm going to do this for all of the cone trees. I don't show it for each one, I'm only going to show it here, but I do go ahead and paint each one of them white just in case some is able to show through when we put the decorations on. I just don't like to have the pattern back there. I mean, most of it gets covered up, so if you want to skip this step you can. I just think it gives it extra coverage under there. Once we have it all covered and it's dry, we're just going to take our ribbon that came from the Dollar Tree and we're going to start hot gluing it onto the party hat. I decided to go ahead and cut each individual strip of the ribbon to go around because it's a cone shape. The ribbon has a tendency to kind of bow out and not glue flat to it when it is wrapped around, so I just thought that this was easier and it gave it a nicer look in the back. It's up to you if you want to just wind your ribbon all around the cone, you could do that too. I just like the way that this looked in the back better. So here's what it looks like with the first strip of ribbon, and then we're just going to come in with another piece of ribbon, and we're not going to go directly above it. I kind of cover a little bit of the bottom strip so they're overlapping each other. So now that we have the second strip done, we're just going to continue these steps all the way around until we get to the top of the cone. And like I said, I just keep cutting the strips to go around, and then this took about 1 roll of ribbon. I would get 2 just to be on the safe side. And then we're just going to take the pearls and we're just going to randomly glue them on. I didn't really have a pattern. I just tried to make sure that there wasn't too many next to each other, and I didn't want to put all that many on, so I just kind of randomly glue them around with my hot glue gun. And then I'm going to add a simple shoelace bow to the top of our cone to give it just an added touch with a pearl in the middle. And here is the Shabby Chic cone. I think it turned out really cute. I like the simplicity of this ribbon, and it always just screams Shabby Chic to me. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Catherine with A Perfect Place to Start, and I like to do seasonal decor, trash to treasure, and Dollar Tree DIYs. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. So our second cone tree today is going to be Pom Poms, and I'm just using some leftover Pom Poms I had from Christmas, using that same party hat and some white Waverly chalk paint. So like I said before, I've already painted the hat and we're ready to glue on our pom-poms, and I'm just taking a variety of sizes of the red pom-poms. So I have large ones, medium, and small, and I don't really have a pattern to this. I just want to make sure that I don't have all the large ones together or all the mediums, so I just kind of randomly glue them on, like a big one, a medium one, a small one, and then as I go around the cone I just kind of fill them in as I go. So I lost a little bit of footage from this cone, but once I get all the pom-poms glued on, I just add a simple bow to the top to give it a little bit more dimension. It was just a little bit one note with the pom-poms. So here's the final look of the pom-pom tree. I really loved the look of the ribbon with it. I think it just added that just cute and whimsical touch. This is definitely a project kids could also do. So I just love how it looks in the end with all the different sizes of pom-poms. I also have an Instagram page and it's under A Perfect Place to Start 78. I would love it if you followed me over there. I post home decor pictures, pictures of my DIYs, and in my stories I kind of give you more of a glimpse of the stuff that I do on my everyday life. So I would love it if you joined me over there as well. For our third project, we have a burlap flower cone tree. What we're going to do is take some jute twine and another party hat and this burlap ribbon flower that I got at Hobby Lobby. You could also use the nautical rope from Dollar Tree here. I just have a lot of this leftover jute from a thrift store that I had picked up. So once we rind the jute or nautical rope all around our cone, we're going to take some baker's twine that I also got at the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to wrap that, not cover it, but just kind of go around the twine to give it some added color. Once I have the baker's twine wrapped around there, I just hot glued it at the bottom to stay in place, and then I hot glue it again at the top to stay in place up there. I did not glue it around the cone. So if you feel like putting like a dab of glue around as you're winding, that would be fine too. I just felt like it was not a big deal because I'm going to glue this giant burlap flower in the middle, and it's going to hold on to that too. So once I have that all in place, I'm just going to take the burlap ribbon, or it's actually a burlap flower, and I just kind of trimmed it up a little bit, and then I just kind of play around with the placement of it and decide to go ahead and place it in the middle of the cone. So I just take some hot glue and I just put a generous amount of glue there in the middle, and then I hot glue it, and then I decide that it needs a little bit of something, and so I also add a white ribbon to the middle of the flowers. So I feel like it kind of ties in the baker's twine because the baker's twine is also red and white. So I realized I said I added a white ribbon to the middle of this burlap flower. I actually add a white button. and it was just a button that I had left over from Christmas time. They sell buttons at the Dollar Tree, and they have a couple different versions or like options for buttons. They have some darker buttons that all come in one tin, or it's like a little plastic container, and then they have a colored assortment of buttons, and there is white buttons in there. Here's the final look of this cone tree. I think it's pretty adorable. I do think this flower is a little big for this size cone. If you wanted to make a bigger cone, they do sell more giant party hats there at the Dollar Tree, and I've done other projects with those as well, and I will link that video down in the description box. Our final project today is some twine hearts, and we're just going to follow the same steps that we followed for the last project. We're using that same jute twine. You could use nautical rope as well, and we're just going to cover the entire cone with the jute rope. Once we have the jute rope all colored, I'm just taking this heart stencil that I got at Walmart, and I'm just going to cover it over the cone and use some crimson Waverly chalk paint to fill in the hearts. I do just randomly go around the cones with the stencil. It is a little bit harder like to bend it around the sides because I wanted it to be like on the sides as well, but that was a little bit tricky. But I just go ahead and place some random hearts. I don't have a pattern, and I just sort of go with what I think. I do think that after I got this one heart in the middle done, I think that this would look super cute with just one heart on it as well. So if you don't want to try to bend the stencil around and do the hearts all over it, the one heart is super cute too. Here's the final look of this one, and I think it turned out pretty simple but cute. I like the hearts on there. Like I said, it was really hard to get them around the sides of it, so if I made that again, I probably would just go with the one heart in the middle. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun coming up with these different styled cone trees for Valentine's. I'm so excited to finally put up some Valentine decoration. It feels a little bit like spring, and I'm looking forward to some warmer weather. As always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you guys in the next video.